Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. And last time we got together, this is a subject that we talked about. Free will and the mind of consciousness. And during that discussion, we went back to AI through Google and found out that everything is connected throughout the universe, from the smallest little atom to galaxies. Everything is connected and at many different levels. But in the video, as I reviewed it, I found out we talked mostly about being influenced in our decision making by other people. But also, the whole environment is involved in this process. Everything is interconnected. And in that everything that's interconnected is, on many different levels, is the environment. The environment is a player in the milieu of our environment. Outside environment, inside environment. For instance, if you get up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to go for a brisk walk, and you have willpower to do that, and you say, I'm going to exercise my willpower, and I'm going to go for a brisk walk, and you get up and you open the door, and it's raining. Well, that's going to influence how brisk your walk is going to go, or if you're going to walk at all. And so the environment has a lot to do with your free will, because you don't have any free will. Everything, as our model views, everything is interconnected. Everything. And you can't move without being influenced by this everything. And the everything you can think of is the mind of consciousness. It's infinite. Consciousness is everywhere. There's no place you can't go that consciousness is not. And there's nothing you can do that will not be influenced by consciousness. So there's only one free will, and that's the free will of consciousness. So those are the kind of things that we talked about in our last adventure. And in a moment, we're going to go on and use some of this same background in our next adventure that starts now. And this is our subject for today. And here's what it is. Compare or question. Do you listen to your senses or your mind? Do you listen to your senses or your mind? Now we've managed to fill up the board with another model. So let me go through this model and try to explain some of the parts, and then we'll see how they all go together. You'll notice up here we have consciousness. And down here we have the egoic world. And in between we have the mind-body connection. We always were wondering, what is the mind-body connection? Well, part of the reason we did not know is because we were not aware of quantum physics. What can I tell you? Quantum physics has always been part of creation. It's always been part of nature. It just didn't start 100 years ago. That's when we become aware of what is already there and has been there. And we're just trying to figure it out now. So when classical physics was developed, we didn't know about quantum physics. So let me put a little caveat here about that. And here it is. Quantum physics has always been part of creation. Even when classical physics was being developed, however, it was unknown. So classical physics did not incorporate quantum effects into its model. Any effect they could not explain during their development of classical physics was attributed to the brain's complexity. Today, our modern world cannot function without the quantum realm. Wherever there is a microchip, a microprocessor, the weirdness of quantum physics is there. Period. So, this is it. This is taking into account the quantum part of the classic, giving due what's really due the quantum world. So we're starting out with consciousness because that's all there is. Consciousness is fundamental. And out of that development, classical and quantum, we have a transition point. And that is the mind-body connection. We always wondered what the mind-body connection was. We always said in the classical world, well, it's a merging property of the brain. And no, it's not. It was always there, unrecognized. And now deeper science and physics is beginning to recognize that it's always been there, and that there's nothing in the modern world that we can do that does not involve quantum physics in some form. So this is the transition part, mind-body connection. And in there, I call this a microprocessor, right here. And therefore, it's a quantum device. This mind-body is a quantum device. And it's entangled because everything's connected and everything is entangled. And in this, we have the body with its senses, and we have the mind, which is an extension of consciousness, and our memories and belief system. Your memories and your beliefs are not in your body. They're in a quantum state. So now, when the body experiences stuff, whatever experience, the mind is already aware of it through entanglement. So, as the body experiences, consciousness is aware of itself. Now let's take a look at this transition point. The top part, subconscious, bottom part related to consciousness. Over here, there is another energy system, the chakra system, and in that, body is the transition point between the crown chakra and the root chakra. Everything's balanced, or should be balanced. Now here's what A Course in Miracles says. The body does not exist except as a learning device for the mind. This learning device is not subject to errors of its own because it cannot create. It cannot create. What is the body doing? It's responding to the mind. It is the mind that directs the body. And so, as consciousness begins to experience itself through this model, consciousness experiencing itself, the mind directs the body. If the body, see the body, that's why it doesn't create. The body doesn't create except through the mind. It is the mind that's the creator and not the body. The body is a device. It's a learning device for the mind and consequently for consciousness. So that's the way this model is going. In the center, transition, quantum device, this transition point, mind-body connection. So, what do you listen to? What are you really, see, I got into this because where I'm at, I talk to certain people and I say, just to kind of fool them a little bit, I say, you can't see me. Oh, and they get all upset. I say, what do you mean I can't see you? Of course I see you. My eyes see you. I know exactly what, I can hear you. My ears hear you. No, they don't. These instruments here do not hear, do not see, do not touch, do not smell, do not taste. Why? They have no lips. They have no tongue. They have no brain. There is no direct connection between the conscious mind down here and your senses over here. What you are, it's an interpretation of the mind, which is quantum. It's an interpretation of your mind that you believe the senses are telling you. You never see nothing the way it is. You always see things the way your mind interprets them, period. And I'll try to reference another video. We've done several on that. And on just not me, go on the internet, you'll find, on YouTube, you'll find all kinds of people have done the same thing. So this should give you a little better insight into you don't listen to the senses. You listen to the mind's interpretation of the information that comes through your senses, through entanglement up through your mind, which is an extension of consciousness, and then uploaded into consciousness. Now, consciousness, every moment, the whole universe changes. Every moment is a new adventure that consciousness wants to be aware of itself, because that's all there is consciousness. And when you and I are one, the game is over. And then we start a new game. Oh, there's much to talk about here in the illusion. Now, if you have any questions, put them down below, and I'll give you some kind of an answer. Maybe it'll fit, maybe it won't. We'll have to see. And also hit the like button and subscribe. And that'll be fun. You'll enjoy that. And we'll have more adventures in our videos. So be good to yourself. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I should mention? The body obeys the mind, period. And we'll talk more about that. That is quite in depth. And if you have any questions on that, let me know. Be good to yourself. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time, right here, as always, in the illusion. Bye now.